Hey guys, I'm Shawn of WebPianoTeacher.com. Today we're doing something kind of special. It's called Smokey Joe's La La from the Baby Driver soundtrack. Let's take a listen. There we go. So, welcome to my lessons. I do teach a different way. I don't use traditional music notation. Some people need just a different way to learn, so that's what I'm here for. I don't dumb anything down. We learn the songs off the albums and soundtracks just like you hear them, so you can play just like your favorite artist. But we use my whiteboard technique with letters instead of music notation. It works for a lot of people. I've done this for over 30 years, the last 17 years online, and a lot of people have had success with it, especially if they've come from a background of being frustrated with traditional lessons. So if that's your situation, this might work for you. Give it a try. Here we go. So here's our part one we do for YouTube. I do have a bass sound on my split keyboard on the Quiet MP11 SE, and I have piano on the top. I'm going to switch to just piano for now because a lot of you just have pianos and it's kind of easier to teach. But if you have a bass sound on your keyboard, that kind of works pretty. It's kind of cool to do that, so you can do a split. You know, a lot of the keyboards, you'll just hit a button, they'll automatically split between bass and the piano on the top. And if you're a member of the website, you can download the sheets for this. They are extensive. This is just a little part of it, okay? And here we go. Let's start with left hand on the bottom, right hand on the top. And we have a C, G, F, G, C. Now, the piano's not actually playing the bass line in this. The bass, the double bass is, you know, doom, 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 that they're picking on there, and so I need to put a bass in there somehow. So I'm just taking off of that. Sometimes it goes bum 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 bum, but just to keep it simple, I'm just having a bass line in there for you because we've got to have some kind of rhythm with it. So the piano's going to do that, take care of that. And so look at that bass line all the way through C, G, F, G, C, G, F, G, C. Now, if you're new to my method, the dashes mean you're holding notes out a little longer. The curved lines mean they go a little quicker. But most people are just probably watching the letters and they're copying me and using the music as a guide instead of trying to just look at this, okay? So watch me and learn from that and use the music as a guide. G, F, G, C. Forever it's doing that. And sometimes you can go da, 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 two Fs, okay? So what does the piano have? Before you work on the right hand, I would make sure that left hand is rock solid. Okay, play it over and over again till you feel really comfortable. Then we look at the right hand. F and A with 3 and 5, then an E, and then an F and A, and then E and G. And that's the main, you always hear that coming back. But da-da-da, that always comes back, that simple little thing. So you're going to see that a lot, okay? Happens right here, da-da-da-da. Right there too. Okay, so you go 1, 2, and so you just line them up. It goes C, G, F. When you play the F in the left hand, the right hand comes in, da, 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 then left, and then together, E and G. Okay, so it's done. You can play the left hand for a while because the bass actually starts. You come in. And then now it gets a little harder. G, A, C, 1, 2, 4. And then to play this, I'm going to do this. You can either do this or slide your finger off. But it's E, but you're flicking off of it from a D sharp like this. So some of you will want to go like this with 2, 1, where you play all the notes together. And you have that flick. Or you can do all with your 2 finger. That feels a little more dangerous, but I can still get it. Then a C octave, then a C. So it's 1, 2. Okay, so this is not a beginner piece. If you're a beginner, I got a lot of beginner stuff on the website. You can start with that first and work up to something like this. So you play that C, C, G, F, G, C. Remember that? We had it right there. And then da na 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 na, G A C A C. And we have a G, and I have a little flick on the E. Whenever I have a little hook like that, I'm telling you to do a blues flick. And again, this is not a beginner lesson. You know, you got to work up to stuff like this. A lot of people quit or have no success because they're trying stuff that's out of their league before they're ready. Okay, I don't want to discourage you either. If you want to try this, give it a good try, but just understand that we all have to work up to that level. Everybody. Now, when you play that E and G, you'll flip from D sharp. So it's starting this measure. There, I didn't realize how many times it actually happened. See, the measure doesn't finish there. C, G, F, G, F. Now, I love that. You can't play blues music and get away from this guy. So there it is. C, and then I'm gonna flick the E, and then do a G, F, A, E, G, C. 1, 2. See? Okay, then you have this guy again. And then this one's cool. Okay? So it's G and C, but I'm going to flick the G from an F sharp. See the little hook on it? If you know blues music, you've done this a lot. Flick with your 2 finger. F and A, then D sharp and G together, and then E and G, and then C. There it is. And then what is this? I didn't, let's see. So that's the next part that's really cool. And you think that's cool? The whole thing is really nice. We do all of it on the site. So how many times does this happen? I never counted it. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Every other time, right? 5. So just in that amount of time, 5 times, you have the other licks there. But get this, my advice is to get that, and this is in anything that's a boogie-woogie left hand or a blues type left hand pattern, get that left hand down by itself. Play it by itself till you can do it in your sleep, literally, to where it's just automatic. You don't have to think about it. Then you can go in and put those right hand things in. But if this is not solid, this is the foundation, it's all going to crumble on you, okay? Promise you that'll happen. So make sure that left hand is dun, 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 dun. You can put the track on YouTube and just play with it with your left hand to get used to it. All right, let's do it from the beginning. And go, dun. You know what? I want to switch back because I love this. Here we go. Second line. And then this cool part that we'll get to in part 2. Guys, I hope you enjoyed that. See you on webpianoteacher.com. Talk to you later.